What you're about to see are passionate, dedicated and trained people practicing and preparing to enter an extreme sporting event that may change their lives. Do not try this on your own without necessary experience and supervision.
Breathe in, breathe out. This moment's what it's all about. Want to be great, your goal awaits. Don't hesitate. Xcellerate!
Set for the race, aim to give it all I got. Mind is set, gonna reach the high spot. Working hard in order to fulfill my goal. Nothing can stop me from getting what I'm going for. That's being great. I was working tirelessly, so I won't hesitate. Gotta get to first place. Hands on the golden plate. I'll concentrate. Won't hit the brake, just move forward. Xcellerate! Welcome back to Xcellerate. In last week's episode, we met two awesome BMX teammates, 14-year-old Georgina and 17-year-old Manqoba. They have been preparing for this week's epic competition, which will involve a national and intercontinental championship, where they'll be competing against riders from not only across the country, but Africa as well. Have their preparations paid off for this tough day ahead? We're about to find out.
I'll be competing in the South African National BMX Championships and the African Continental Championships. I have 3 races in each category. I'm racing against the elite girls, and they are a lot older than me. I'm not worried about the competition from the other girls because every time I race at Giba, I'm usually the youngest rider.
The technical aspects of a BMX race is that it's a lot more than just pedaling. You know, if you actually break down a BMX race, there's very few pedal strokes that they actually do in a race. So, you know, BMX race is broken down into the technique of going over the jump, how they're going to get through the jump to maintain track speed, to maintain momentum, to choose the right lines. All these things are going on at the same time, while you have 7 other athletes also trying to achieve the same thing, also trying to do those same things.
Before each race, I sit in the team tent and I chill. I like to do visualization exercises before each race so I can get myself in the right frame of mind. I get ready for my first race of the essays. I feel very confident going into this race. I put on my helmet, goggles and gloves and get my bike. I head into the starting area where I then get put into my gates. At the gates, I wait for the other kids to do their heats. At this point, I'm very nervous to get onto the track. To save energy, I just lie on my bike while I wait. I watch some of the other people get ready for their races and do their heats. Finally, it's my turn at the starting gate. I line up in my position and clip in my shoes. The gate's about to go down and the gate call goes off to get us ready.
Ready, watch the gate.
As soon as the gate drops, I pedal as hard as I can to get to the front. I start on the inside of the track. At this point, I'm at the front leading the pack. I get around the corner and Tyler pulls past me. At this point, it becomes a really tight race between me and Tyler. I get past her and get on her inside and then I pedal for dear life. I get a slight nose ahead on the jumps, then suddenly Tyler pulls a gap between me. Tyler is ahead of me and she wins. I'm not fazed about not winning, but I just stay focused for the next race. My second heat is the SA Champs. I'm very nervous. I'm hoping to pull a win. I line up in the gate and wait for the gate to drop. My eyes are fixed on the gate. As soon as it drops, I immediately start to pedal. It's a close race, and we are all bunched up together. I'm pedaling my hardest to pass Lauren. I take the turn on the inside to get the best line for the jump. I'm pedaling my hardest. I jumped the first jump, and that gave me a little boost to get past Lauren. I get to the second turn and we neck and neck, but I'm ahead. I now get onto the rhythm straight, and that's my strongest point. At this point, I know I'm going to win. I finished first place and I'm very happy about that. After I win, I'm really happy because now it gives me relief and I know that I can beat them again.
Today I'm competing in the South African Championship. It's the national age group race and my goal is to win this one so I can make it to the final. Before my race starts, I like to sit and concentrate on what I need to do. I also like to stretch so my muscles don't get sore. When we line up at the gates, I usually start to feel I need to focus on what I need to do. To start the race, we must stand up on the box and listen to the announcer. The announcer says, let's get ready, then we start getting ready, then we go. I start very quickly and I take the lead. Coming out of the first 10, I am number 1. And I am starting to increase my lead. The gap between myself and the other riders is opening up. I take the next few jumps quickly but safely. I have the lead and I need to maintain it. I can't afford to make any mistakes. I maintain my lead heading to the dead bend. I take the last bend and I slowly go over the last few humps. I already know I have won this race.
After the break, Georgina and Manqoba continue to kick up some dirt in their 2 major competitions. Meanwhile, if you have an extreme sport that you'd like us to check out, why not tell us about it on our Facebook page? Who knows, you could become our next Xcellerate. Welcome guys, this is Xcellerate. We are witnessing some awesome BMX action here at Gorge in Durban. We're focusing on 2 BMX riders, 14-year-old Georgina and 17-year-old Manqoba. They're competing in 2 grueling competitions, a national and intercontinental championship. The pressure is on, as Georgina has just 1 more heat to go to see if she can secure a podium finish. Let's check it out.
I line up for my last race of the South African champs. At this point, I'm exhausted. In this last race, I need to do well if I want to claim the gold. I'm very focused for this race. On the back of my number board, I wrote some affirmations to help me focus. Number 1, race to win. Number 2, be aggressive. Number 3, try my best. And number 4, race face. And then underneath that, it says ride with a purpose. While I line up, I watch some of the other races. Finally, I line up in the gate. My heart starts beating faster and faster as I hear the announcer. I get ready and watch the gate, and all I can really focus on is the sound of the gate dropping. I pedal like crazy and quickly get in front. Over the first few jumps, I have a slight lead. I keep my lead into the first corner. I get nice momentum out of the corner and continue to lead the race into the next turn. At the next turn, I made a nice gap. I go into the final corner without hardly any pedaling. The last straight of the race, I'm ahead and I race to the finish. I'm really relieved to have won the final. After the race, we have prize giving. I win the gold and some proteas. I'm now the best rider in the elite class in the country.
Before each race, we stand near the start and we are assigned a lane. I prefer to be in the lane that's very close and it's gonna make me win. In the second race, I take off very well again. I am in the lead as I go through the first set of humps. Coming out of the first cave, I decided to take the lane on my right. The humps are the same, but the lane that you use affects how you go into the next bend. there is a rider to my left that is very close to me. The final bend and the final straights are real easy and I finish first. When we start racing, sometimes the race happens back to back. After finishing the race, we go around and go back to the starting line. From a dead race, I would be starting in second lane. The race starts pretty evenly. I have a quick start, but the two riders on either side of me speed up and pass me. Other rider on my right side also passes me. I am in fourth place, and I have a lot of work to do to move up. My attempt to move into third position doesn't work out, and I finish the race in fourth. Between races, I spend time with my teammates discussing strategy. It's very important to stay hydrated between races. There is a lot of time between when I compete, so I take time to catch up at the races to see what I can learn. My fourth race, I would be starting in fourth lane.
Who's ready? Watch the gate.
The two riders in front of me speed up, and the gap between them and me is starting to get bigger. My performance in this heart is not that strong because I am starting to get a bit tired. I tried to catch up going into the final bend and straight. I crossed the lane in third position.
Mangi, you had a quick gate, eh?
Oh, me?
No, you had a fast gate. You were out first.
Okay.
And then Kyle and what's his name? Kyle, but Kyle has a pull on everyone. He gets up the gate and then just pedals straight past everyone. And then who? Limburg also, he pedals.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but you get him.
Good, eh? It's an elite men's final, and this is what I have been working for the whole day. I start off pretty badly and end up in 5th place. Coming out of the first bend, one rider loses control and comes off the track. I move back into 5th position. I pass the guy in 4th place. I enter the second bend in 4th. I ride as hard as I can through the final bend and push in the home straights, but I can't catch up. I finish in 4th place. I'm a bit disappointed. It's time for prize giving. We all get called into the stage. Because I finish 4th, I don't get to stand on the podium. It's a bit disappointing to not make in the top 3 because I did a lot better in the earlier races.
I'll be competing in the African Continental Championships. In the championships, all the best riders from around Africa compete. We start off with the riders' briefing. My dad helps me by cleaning my tires so that I have good grip. My dad gives me some quick tips before my first race. I carry my bike to the start to avoid mud getting on my tires. I line up at the starting gate and wait for the gate to open. The gate shoots open, I pedal my heart out. I get into the first corner and I'm leading the race. I come quickly out of the turn and pull a big gap heading into the next turn. I get a lot of momentum into the corner and I hardly have to pedal. I'm still leading the race in the last turn. At the last straight, I pedal for the finish line. I have a quick look behind me as I cross the line. I'm very relieved to have won. I line up for my second last race. The gate goes down and I glide over the first jump. This gives me good momentum into the first turn. During the turn, Tyler comes up my inside and tries to pass me, but tension builds up and I cut down quickly to save my spot. I go into the second turn and well in the lead. I get out the corner and I pull a few bike lengths of the riders. I'm pedaling for dear life and I don't want to get passed again. At this point I'm in first place. I go into the last corner in the lead and I'm really relieved that I won. Now I'm getting ready for the finals and I've just got wind through my head. I get into the gate and I'm in between Hannah and Tyler and all I'm focused on is flying out the gate onto the first jump. And now I'll get into the corner and straight away I pull about 3 bike lengths ahead of Tyler. Now I'm going into the first berm and Tyler comes straight up the inside and tries to push me up, but I pull through and have a clear shot. But now I've cleared some space and I'm about 5 bike lengths ahead. I finally knew that I won. I didn't have to train anymore for the rest of the year, but I knew I could just relax and I was really relieved. It's prize giving and Tyler's dad is the man standing up by the podium, ready to give us our medals. They called up 3rd place and that was Tyler. They called up 2nd place and that was Amber. And I was so happy when they called me up. Tyler's dad gave me my national shirt that only the winner can get. And my medal.
It's been a pretty tough day for Georgina, but she stuck to her pedals and secured 1st place in both her national and intercontinental championship. What an awesome way to end the season by becoming the best BMX rider in her age group and in Africa. Well done, Georgina. You're well on your way to one day competing among the best at the Olympics. Welcome back. You're watching Xcellerate. We're at the BMX dirt track with 17-year-old Manqoba and 14-year-old Georgina. They're both competing in 2 major competitions, a national and intercontinental championship. Georgina has already secured 1st place in both her competitions, and now it's Manqoba's turn to improve on his previous result, which saw him finish 4th in his nationals. Can he prove himself in his intercontinental championship? Let's find out.
My next race is the African Continental Championships. I'm representing South Africa because South Africa is my country and it's African Continental competition, so which I gotta represent my country. I start off very well and I am in 2nd position out of the 1st straight. I maintain my position and I focus on going after 1st place. The race is not just between me and the guy in front of me. I tried to chase him down in the second last stretch, but he fights me off. I finished the first race in second. I line up for the second race. The start is a bit shaky, but I managed to be in the top 10. Going into the second straight, it's a tough race up front. I am in second place, but I won first place. I tried to speed up into the second bend. The race speed up into the third straight. I pushed myself into the home straight, but I still finish second. Hopefully, in the third race, I can finish first. As it's my final race, I need to put everything I've left into this. The race starts and I get into first 10 in 6th place. Everyone seems to be hungry for the win. I mess up the last jump and at the end of the second straight and someone passes me. I am now in 7th place. Coming out of the second 10, the Zimbabwean rider also passed me and I am now in the last place. The fatigue of the day has gotten to me. I pushed through the end, but I still finish at last. Because of my last place finish in the final race, I only managed to finish third overall. I might not have won, but at least I'm on the podium.
So after a tough day on the track, Manqoba has managed to secure an overall 3rd place spot for his African Continental Championship. Next year, Manqoba will have to up his game when he competes with the elite riders and attempts to one day represent his country at the Olympics. Keep going, Put. We'll see you there. Tune in next week where we will meet another 2 new accelerators. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page for more news and views.